Welcome to the Confederate Legion. My name is Ron Kennedy. I'm the Deputy of Promotion for Heritage Operations of the Sons of Confederate Veterans. In the following 10 minutes, I will explain what the Confederate Legion is, its primary purpose, how the Confederate Legion will be instrumental in creating a South-wide army of active supporters who will demand that our elected officials protect our honorable Southern heritage, and how you can join us in our fight to make Dixie great again. It is a common truism that the victor writes the history of the war. Unfortunately for the South, this is very true. Not only has the victor written the history, but he has used his military and political power to enforce his version of the war for Southern independence while using soft censorship to prevent the conquered nation from telling its side of the story. The truth is that in 1861, the people of the South did the same thing their colonial forefathers did in 1776. They both seceded from an indivisible empire and established a new government based upon the consent of the governed. In reality, it was the South that was fighting for freedom, the right of we the people of Dixie to live under a government based upon our free and unfettered consent. Lincoln and his Republican cronies denied the right of Southern self-determination and substituted a government based not upon the American principle of consent, but upon the tyrannical principle of military and political coercion. The Confederate Legion is an organization within the Sons of Confederate Veterans. It's composed of patriotic individuals who want to be a part of our effort to make Dixie great again. The Confederate Legion is an operational part of the SCV's heritage operations. The Confederate Legion's exclusive purpose is to provide the SCV with a means to answer the neo-Marxist critics of our traditional South and to provide the people of the South with positive information about the South, our traditions, and the truth as to why our ancestors declared independence from an abusive federal government in 1861. The SCV divides its membership into geographical designations similar to the three armies of the Confederacy during the War for Southern Independence. That would be the Army of Northern Virginia, the Army of Tennessee, the Army of Trans-Mississippi. And of course this includes, within this geographical designation, members in northern states as well as international members. Our goal is to defeat the current campaign of anti-South cultural genocide, an ongoing effort of neo-Marxists to complete the extermination of the traditional, politically conservative Bible Belt South. Our aim is to begin with a minimum of 1,000 members within each of the three geographical divisions of the SCV referred to as armies. Our starting point is to gain a minimum of 3,000 members, but of course, that is just the beginning point. Each Confederate Legion member will donate a minimum of $50 per year. Confederate Legion donations will finance a massive pro-South public relations campaign, something that has never been done before. Our targeted audience will be the vast majority of our fellow Southerners who intuitively love their Southern homeland, its people, and our conservative social and political traditions. Recent opinion polls have documented that upwards of 70 to 80% of Southerners do not want to see their Southern heritage slandered and destroyed. Our goal is to use a massive public relations campaign to convert passive supporters into active supporters. Southerners who will use their voices and votes to demand that our elected officials enforce the law and protect our Southern heritage. Unfortunately, in the day of political correctness, elected officials of both political parties only respond to pressure. We intend to build massive vocal pressure in favor of preserving our Southern heritage. Radio Free Dixie is a major part of our South-wide public relations campaign. Radio Free Dixie is a network of talk and country radio stations across the South on which the SCV purchases 1-minute spot ads on a monthly basis. Radio Free Dixie will provide positive news about our South, informing our fellow Southerners why it is important to maintain our Southern heritage. Radio Free Dixie will encourage passive supporters to go to our website, www.makedixiegreatagain.org, and view videos, listen to podcasts, and read print information about the true reasons the South was forced to secede in 1861. Who can join the Confederate Legion? The Confederate Legion is open to anyone wanting to support the SCV's effort to defend the traditional South and our Confederate heritage. You don't need to be a member of the Sons of Confederate Veterans to donate to the Confederate Legion. There's no genealogy requirement. You don't need a Confederate ancestor to donate, and membership is open to both males and females. Donating to the Confederate Legion makes the individual a member of the Confederate Legion, but it confers no SCV membership privileges. The sole goal of the Confederate Legion is to finance a South-wide public relations campaign that will defeat the South's neo-Marxist enemies. The public relations campaign includes, but is not limited to, Radio Free Dixie. Joining is quick and easy. Go to our website, www.makedixiegreatagain.org, and click the Confederate Legion link. Remember, at least 90% of the money collected will be spent in direct advertising. That is a public relations, South-wide public relations campaign. No more than 10% of your donations will be used to cover expenses of maintaining the Confederate Legion. Other links at our website include donating to the Confederate Legion, joining the Sons of Confederate Veterans, and much, much more. This is Ron Kennedy on behalf of the Sons of Confederate Veterans and our goal to vindicate the cause of freedom, the cause for which our Confederate forefathers fought. I thank you for listening.